Yeah, it sucks. You wait all day for a value hand like 6-2, and then you open it. Someone goes and 3-bets you.
Like, what? How could that possibly happen? What a
he's
cooler.
called
Whoa.
it. Jesus.
Well,
Wait, what? This is really helpful because we're going to find out how to play pocket jacks.
Yeah, whatever he does is right.
That's what I mean. So 44 big blinds effective for Cavalito, and he's been 3-bet by the small blind. Chat, what does he do? Call, raise, or fold?
Well, he started the hand with 46 big blinds, right? Question is, are you comfortable getting 46 big blinds in pre with jacks? I think calling is reasonable here to me. I also think getting it in right now is reasonable. Problem is when you do jam, you're just not... When you get called, you're probably in pretty bad shape or you're flipping.
Right. He does get to play the pot in position, which makes a big difference.
Yeah, I like this.
Makes a big difference.
And just that's really good too. That makes a difference.
That's just a pro tip there. I'm actually really disappointed the flops come out like that because I wanted us to all learn something. I wanted it to be like ace 7-4 or something. That would be much more interesting.
I love the idea of flatting that, though, to be honest. I think at that depth, I think if you had under 40 big blinds, you're probably pretty happy to rip it in. I think over 40, somewhere in that 40 to 60 range, you can just comfortably call and play the hand in position.
Yeah.
You keep your opponent's bluffs in. Sorry.
Yeah, also, the range of the 3-bet is important as well.
Good point.
Thanks.
It's also a question of Mantovani's hand is a little bit under-repped because his hand, he did raise from the cutoff. So Armenavicius could be 3-betting somewhat light.
Yeah.
So there's a bet. Mantovani raises on what is a pretty wet board.
Yeah, it's a super wet board. He just wants to rep as wide a range as possible, to not have to rep as wide a range as possible, so he gives himself the best chance of getting the money in. He also doesn't want a card to come that can kill his action, and there's also a small chance that a card could come that would turn his winner into a loser, although he's less worried about that.
Limerick has been putting polls out there, so apparently the majority of our viewers who voted think that Alex should have raised, not just called.
Pre-flop. There you go.
And chat pros always know.
Chat pros.
Wow, Armenavicius calls.
Right.
Oh no, look at that.
Armenavicius is going...
That is the money card. Not only is it a 9, but it's the 9 of hearts.
Doesn't that make it less of a money card?
Well, I mean, Armenavicius now is the ace of hearts also.
Yeah. I mean, he wasn't going anywhere anyway, was he?
No, clearly not. Right. Good point.
Apparently.
It's amazing, too. Think about it. Think about your hand. You've got ace 9
with
the ace of hearts on this board, and you're drawing dead.
Yeah, that's pretty grim, right?
By the way, the only reason he's drawing dead is we know that the 9 of spades is dead.
You spoilt it for everyone. Alex is going to be able to get his last 73k paid off here, which is pretty nice. Like a full double up when you have 45 big blinds on the second day is pretty nice.
Yeah, it's a really expert play. So you notice how Alex actually checked back the turn. And one of the reasons he can do that, I kind of like it, is because of the pot size.
Yeah, but how's that an expert play? I don't want to like nitpick, but that's like pretty standard, isn't it?
I guess. I think a lot of players are just like, they want to put a little money in there. They want to put some chips in there.
He's only got 24 big. He's got less than half the pot.
Right, and I think that's something that some people sometimes will forget. What is your SPR, your stack to pot ratio? And in this case...
I guess the only argument for putting it in on the turn is if a fourth heart comes, potentially that does kill your action, maybe.
It's a good point.
But it's all very marginal.
He doesn't put it all in. He saves himself like 2,000.
Such an online move.
I understand this when you're in the money or at the final table. I don't really get it here.
It's just habit, isn't it, in case he gets disconnected.
Yeah, right. I mean, I don't know how you fold this if you're Armenavicius. I mean, this is just an absolute cooler.
Well, he can't fold it now.
No.
He can't fold it. He's getting amazing odds, and
Right.
he's got amazing odds that he's somehow winning.
Yeah. He does make the call. He sees the bad news, and this is just really unlucky. Sixes are good here, but obviously very vulnerable.
Wait, these chip counts are way out of date, so...
They're not as vulnerable anymore as he spikes a 6 on the turn.
Yeah, that's a good card for the sixes.
Look at this. Just checking it all along because he knew his opponent would at some point hit something.
Classic.
And, nearly impossible. I think Armin Vicious just has to pay off.
Yeah.
What are you going to do here? Show me an 8. Show me 10-7. Yep, there's the call. The old one-chip call. Get a raise from Maxims, and Mateus, with the chip lead, is not going to let that go away. I imagine a 3-bet just came in. Yep. That's exactly what you expect Mateus to do. Maxim's in a tough spot. Got tons of chips, but a really good player who's got you covered on your left.
Yeah, it sucks. You wait all day for a value hand like 6-2, and then you open it. Someone goes and 3-bets you.
Like, what? How could that possibly happen? What a
he's
cooler.
called
Whoa.
it. Jesus.
Well,
Wait, what?
He knew he was going to flop.
Whoa, hang on. This is the dodgiest hand I've ever seen.
Yeah. I'm not even going to. There's no point. Right? He just obviously wanted to gamble.
He wanted to gamble and
flop basically the nuts.
Yeah. Bizarre.
Really bizarre. Yeah, if there was a way to get action, I think the turn card did not help that. 133,000 in there. Hey, don't try this at home, kids.
Right.
Raising with 6-deuce, fine. Calling a 3-bet against the chip leader out of position, maybe not.
The only problem with this, which you don't care about because you're going to win the chips, is if you have to show it down. Now, he's not going to have to show it down because he's bet the river. But if you have to show it down, A, it's a bit embarrassing, but more than that, your image is totally destroyed forever.
I believe we got an all-in and a call? No. Yeah, Platoon. Platoon only has 6 big blinds. So an all-in and a call here. Platoon pretty lucky to pick up something that he could play.
Yeah, definitely. Well, this is, amazing to pick up 9s. Classic race.
Not so classic anymore. There's an ace on the flop. Platoon just possibly 2 cards away from walking out the door. Only a 9. 9-ball corner pocket?
No, sir.
Two pair here for Alex, and a flush for Sousa. What a flop. Sousa flopped a pair to go along with a straight draw and a flush draw. Hits the flush draw on the turn. And conveniently for him, it was the ace of clubs, which gave Alex 2 pair. Alex bet 65,000. Sousa thinking about what to do. Remember, players only have 30 seconds stacked on their hands. If they need more time than that, they have to use their time cards. And I'm not sure if Sousa has any more time cards. Do you see any next to his stack?
No, I don't. Not right now.
But Sousa is going to raise. And this is a nightmare situation if you're Alex. Because you know if you call this, and Sousa does have the flush, it's all going in on the river, and then what? Alex makes the call. Pot now 425,000 chips. Biggest pot we have seen in quite some time. River's a blank. 5-6, by the way. Flopped it. The flush got there. Sets. Even a bigger 2 pair. Not much you can beat, actually, with ace-3 offsuit. I mean, certainly no value hands you can beat.
No. No, you're bluff catching. And I don't think from what we've seen of Sousa, he's making... Well, I say that. I haven't seen him play that much, obviously. But he's been quite passive pre-flop. That doesn't mean he's passive post-flop. So I don't want to assume. We haven't seen him play that many hands.
I mean, the question is, would Sousa, and I can't answer this question, but it's a question you have to ask yourself if you're this guy right here, would Sousa put his tournament life on the line at this point with just an air? And if he has air, what kind of air does he have? Like, you've got to find some bluffs.
I thought there was also a timing tell as well on the river, because Sousa just instantly moved in. Like, if he doesn't have it, he's got to think a little bit. Well, he does get called. Massive pot. 800k pot, David. The biggest pot we've seen by far on the stream.